a man runs across a wet field, through smoke, toward a flag that is going down. It is the 16th of May, 1811, in southern Spain, outside a village called Albuera. The man is a lieutenant in a British regiment, the 3rd Foot, the regiment everybody calls the Buffs. The flag is his regiment's king's color, and the soldier carrying it has just been hit. There is a rule about a color that every man on that field understands without being told. It does not get taken. It is a piece of silk on a pole, and it does not get taken. He is not the man assigned to carry it. He has no duty toward that flag at all. He runs at it anyway. What he does in the next few seconds is why that regiment never lets his name go. They cast him in silver. They put him in a museum in London. They told the story to their sons and printed it and repeated it, and they are repeating it still. 2 centuries of it. Their hero. And nobody ever wrote down the year he was born, or the year he died, or the year he went to war, or the year he stopped. His name was Matthew Latham. He is a celebrated man and a ghost. The Buffs went onto that field with 755 men. They were part of a brigade sent forward to relieve a Spanish division that had been holding 2 French divisions on its own. The brigade advanced into the open, in line, the way it had been trained to. Then the weather turned. A hailstorm came across the ridge, heavy enough to soak the powder in every musket on that slope. A musket of that era is fired by a spark. Wet powder does not spark, and the storm did something worse than disarm them. It hid what was coming. Out of the rain, into the flank of a brigade that could not fire a shot, came Polish lancers of the Vistula Legion and French hussars behind them. It took minutes. 3 of that brigade's 4 regiments were destroyed where they stood. Of the Buffs' 755 men, about 112 were left standing. 4 out of every 5 gone. Somewhere inside those minutes, the king's color went down. A French horseman rides at Latham and gets a hand on the flagstaff. Latham does not let go. The horseman rises in his stirrups and swings down at his head. The blow does not kill him. It takes off his nose and lays open one side of his face. He is still holding the staff. A second blow takes his arm off at the shoulder, and he is speaking while he is being cut apart. I will surrender it only with my life. Then he goes down under the horses. And on the ground, with one arm and most of his face gone, he tears the silk off the pole and pushes it inside his jacket, where nobody riding past will see it. Then he lies still. The battle goes over him, and he is left for dead. This is the only reason anybody knows his name. And it took almost 30 years for anybody to write down what happened. But he does not die. He gets himself off that field and as far as a stream, and he lives. The color was found where he had put it. It came out of his jacket. What the army had left was a man with one arm and no nose. 4 years later, a London surgeon built him a new one. The surgeon was doing something in that decade that had barely been done in England, taking a flap of skin from a patient's own forehead and turning it down to make a nose. It worked. The surgery was paid for by the Prince of Wales himself. A year and 9 months after Albuera, Matthew Latham is made a captain. 3 months after that, he is put back with the Buffs, almost exactly 2 years to the week after the flag. The man with one arm went back to soldiering. And that is very nearly the last thing about Matthew Latham that was ever written. The London Gazette printed commissions. It printed all of them, for everybody, year after year. There is a span of years when he could have been commissioned. Latham's come up in it. William Latham of the 7th Dragoon Guards, George Latham of the 27th Foot, Robert Latham of the 4th West India Regiment, an ensign named Latham in the 89th. 4 of them. Not one of them, him. The record that should hold him does not. And into that silence, the story went on growing. There are accounts published in the last few years that say Matthew Latham entered the army in 1805, was commissioned lieutenant in 1807, reached Spain in 1809, and fought at Busaco the year before Albuera. None of it is in the Gazette. It arrives with nothing behind it 2 centuries after the fact. Somebody gave him a life because the story needed one, and the record would not supply it. After the war, Matthew Latham left England and went to live in France. He married a French woman. He settled in a village in the Pas de Calais, in the north of the country, called Blingel, and he stayed there for the rest of his life. The cavalry that took his face and his arm off him were French. Whatever he felt about the men who did it, he did not carry it to the place. He went and lived in it. He married into it. He is buried in it. His fellow officers paid for the stone, and almost none of this can be proved. The Prince of Wales's accounts carry no payment, not for Latham and not for the surgeon. There is no record of the wedding. There is no birth year and no reliable year of death. The one usually given cannot be right because he was photographed after it and written about in a London paper after that. For a man his own regiment would not stop talking about, the paper trail is almost nothing. And they would not stop talking about him. There is a village in northern France with a British soldier under a stone in it. There is a silver centerpiece on a regimental table. There is a medal in a case in London. And there is a sentence, "I will surrender it only with my life," that somebody wrote down almost 30 years late, and that everybody has repeated ever since. All of it survived. Every piece of those 5 seconds survived. It was Matthew Latham nobody kept.